The journey from the desolate outpost to Nivrah had been silent and reflective. A passage through the void where every star seemed to murmur secrets of old. Commander Melchizedek's unmarked ship, its hold safeguarded by the radiant power of the ancient artifact, slipped in Nivrah's orbit. The bustling capital, known as Jebus, the jewel of the Confederation, sparkled with an ethereal blend of advanced technology and transcendent beauty. Here, pedestrian malls and luminous sky havens stood in harmonious contrast to the pristine underground subways and quiet hovercraft that threaded the cityscape. Melchizedek felt a deep sense of foreboding. He was returning to Nivrah, the governmental and spiritual capital of the Celestial Confederation, but now a shadow hung over it. The encroaching Mekkah, led by the Malignant One, threatened its very existence. Melchizedek's mission was vital. He carried an ancient artifact with the power of the Creator. It was the means to turn the tide of war. The fate of the Confederation rested upon his shoulders, yet Melchizedek felt a strange calm settle upon him. It was the calmness of the Creator resulting from his deep faith. He knew the path ahead would be fraught with danger, but he was ready. The journey had been long. Melchizedek had used this time to meditate on everything that happened. He had unshakable faith in the artifact, the instrument of the Creator's power. As the ship approached Nivrah, Melchizedek felt a surge of emotion. He remembered his life before the war. He would fight to reclaim that peace. As Melchizedek landed at the military headquarters on Jebus, a palpable tension mingled with the usual hum of civic order. High-ranking scientists with military engineers awaited at his arrival at a vast conference hall, its crystalline halls refracting soft beams of light. The atmosphere was solemn, charged with the gravity of recent events and the knowledge that the tide of war had shifted. In the center of the assembly, beneath an intricate holographic projection of the galaxy, were representatives from every division of the Confederation. Melchizedek stepped forward, the artifact cradled securely at his side, a relic of unimaginable power pulsating with the Creator's luminous energy. Today I return not merely as your commander, but as a bearer of hope in the depths of an ancient outpost. I reclaimed this artifact, a conduit of divine energy, capable of severing the Malignant One's control of the enslaved souls of our foes. The scientists exchanged astonished glances as they examined preliminary readings of the relic. Its crystalline structure shimmered with vibrant otherworldly hues. Yet amid the marvel, a deeper concern weighed on the room. Commander, while your discovery is extraordinary, our situation is dire. The Mekkah assaults have grown ever more ferocious. Our tactical perimeter is retreating. If we continue at this rate, the core Confederation worlds will be within enemy range within 3 months. Our planetary defenses may hold no longer than 4 weeks thereafter. A murmur spread through the room. Melchizedek's jaw tightened as he absorbed the somber prognosis. The enemy's adaptability and relentless onslaught had pushed the Confederation to the brink. Shortly after the military briefing, Melchizedek convened a private meeting with Orion, the revered keeper of the light of the Ra clan, and the foremost scientific minds of the Confederation. In a secluded chamber with murals depicting the Creator's radiance and celestial prophecies, they examined the artifact's properties in minute detail. Orion's eyes shone with a mix of hope and sorrow. This relic is not merely a weapon. It is a covenant, a manifestation of the Creator's promises. Its power must be integrated wisely. It calls for sacrifice. It calls for unwavering faith and a strategic application that will turn the tide of our war. Melchizedek listened intently as scientists outlined plans to embed the artifact's energy into the Elohim's weapon systems. Their schematics detailed modifications that could channel the relic's power. It would be a modifiable focus burst. Melchizedek already demonstrated its power and ability to bypass the Mekkah's adaptive shields and liberating the ensnared souls. Yet even as plans were drawn, existential urgency permeated the air. Melchizedek was summoned to a high-stakes meeting with the military heads at headquarters. In a stark, dimly lit war room, screens displayed rapidly evolving battlefronts and dire statistics underscored the Confederation's dwindling reserves. Their faces were etched with worry. An official steps forward and speaks out. "Commander, our numbers are failing. The necessity for tactical withdrawal has shrunk our defensive line. We have but a few precious months before our core worlds are overrun. We must act, and soon. Melchizedek replies, I request a 3-day reprieve. In that time we shall integrate this artifact into our tactical arsenal. I will reconvene with you all via my holographic avatar to finalize our next steps. He chose not to contact his family. The gravity of the military crisis left no room for personal comfort, and though they already sensed his return, he could not allow them to distract from his duties. Returning to the Starforge Elohim, Melchizedek felt a tentative hope, mingling with the perpetual storm of battle in his private quarters, a sanctuary of quiet and introspection. He retrieved an old log entry from his visit with the Oracle of Gibbous. The pages recounted dreams of darkness, interwoven with brilliant light portents he had long struggled to decipher. Now, with the artifact before him and the future hanging in balance, those dreams took on new meaning. A voice in the back of his consciousness told him, Rest now, Melchizedek. The Creator will reveal our next step in the silence of this night. Trust in the vision that comes to you. Left alone with the soft hum of the Elohim as his companion, Melchizedek raised the artifact. In the ensuing moments, the light from the relic deepened and swelled, filling the room with a radiance that transcended mortal comprehension. Their tactics are brutal and efficient. A surge of divine energy pulls through him, a vision unfolding in vibrant hues and profound clarity. Overwhelmed by the intensity of the revelation, Melchizedek collapsed on his bed. A brilliant light cocooned him in its ethereal embrace. Our intelligence indicates that the Mekkah are planning a major offensive. Time lost meaning as he surrendered to the Creator's will. When he finally awoke, the dawns, gentle, had crept across the horizon of the Elohim in the quiet of the morning quiet, had descended upon him. The vision had laid bare the path forward, an imperative call to action that left no room for hesitation. Without delay, Melchizedek activated the ship's comm system. His voice, imbued with newfound purpose, resonated throughout the fleet. This is Commander Melchizedek. I have seen the way forward. I request an immediate strategic meeting at headquarters today. The time to act is now. As the Elohim sailed through the corridors of starlight towards the core of the Confederation's defense, Melchizedek prepared himself for the challenges ahead. With the wisdom of Orion in his mind and the sacred artifact as the guiding beacon, he understood that this was not merely a battle for survival. It was the threshold upon which the ascension of the 12 which would be forged. The fate of the Celestial Confederation and the promise of a new dawn rested on the next decisive act in this unfolding epic of light versus darkness. In the shadow depths of the Confederation's war room, a vast circular chamber alive with holographic star maps and data streams, Commander Melchizedek stood before the assembled military heads in holographic form. The air was thick with tension and resolve as the leaders of every division gathered to hear his plan. Brothers and sisters, Melchizedek began, his voice resonating through the chamber, our enemy, the Mekkah, press ever closer to our core worlds. Their relentless adaptability and overwhelming numbers have pushed our defenses to their limit, but we have discovered a way to turn the tide. He activated the central hologram, revealing a vast expanse of space, just outside the border of core Confederation territory. At this point here, he said, indicating a precise coordinate on the map, the entire Starforge fleet will converge. We will meet the Mekkah head-on, but our assault will be multi-pronged. Melchizedek's finger traced the formation of the fleet on the display. Our left and right flanks Starforges will break off to launch dedicated attacks on the enemy's lateral positions. Their objective is to destabilize the Mekkah formation, drawing their forces away from the center. Meanwhile, the Starforge Elohim, armed with the ancient artifact, will spearhead the assault in the middle. The artifact's power will disrupt the Mekkah's adaptive shielding, rendering them vulnerable to our full might. A murmur ran through the room as officers exchanged determined glances. The plan was audacious, but necessity demanded bold measures. Melchizedek continued, Once the central attack is executed, the enemy's flanks have been neutralized. I order a full disengagement of our flank forces. They will then redeploy directly to each home planet, where they will assume the role of frontline defense. This is backed by the robust planetary anti-ship platforms, along with urban shields, atmospheric and ground forces that guard our core worlds. At that moment, one of the members of the General Staff stepped forward, his tone urgent. "Commander, there is further news. A committee formed by the Ascended Council, the High Assembly and the Triad has been working on a contingency plan, a plan for the exodus of our people should our worlds fall. Under the directive from the Oracle of Jebus, ark ships are being constructed for every home planet." He paused, letting the gravity of his words settle. "These ark ships are designed to carry 150,000 vetted from each planet. They will converge at predetermined launch spots, ready to embark on long voyages to destinations revealed only after launch. This plan ensures, even in our darkest hour, the essence of our civilization will endure and seed new worlds." The room fell into a heavy silence. Melchizedek absorbed the weight of this revelation, a dual-edged salvation. One side lay the fierce immediate battle against the Mekkah, the other the promise of a new beginning for those chosen to survive, a safeguard for the legacy of the Confederation. His eyes gathered over the gathered officers, men and women gathered, forged in the fires of countless battles. "This is the will of the Creator," he declared, his voice a blend of iron and light. "We must follow through on every detail. The survival of our people and our very essence depends on our unity and our unwavering resolve. Every star forge, every ark ship, every sacrifice we make is for the best of everyone. We are not only defending our territory, but we are also securing our future, our ascension." One by one, the military heads nodded, their faces set with determination. Orders were dispatched through secure channels. The Starforge fleet was set to mobilize, and the ark ship project was to be accelerated immediately. Every resource, every mind, was now aligned for the single purpose of preserving the Celestial Confederation. As the meeting drew to a close, Melchizedek remained at the helm, the holographic map still aglow before him. He allowed himself a brief moment of solitude, a silent prayer for strength and guidance. The path ahead was fraught with peril, and the enemy's shadow loomed large. Yet in that sacred instant, the unity of his people, the clarity of the Creator's will, shone like a beacon in the darkness. "Proceed with all due haste," he finally commanded, his tone resolute. "Let the will of the Creator guide our every action for our people, for our future, onward to victory." And so, as orders were dispatched and the fleet set their courses, the Celestial Confederation braced itself for the coming storm. A storm that would test their mettle, their faith, and their very destiny in the endless dance of light and darkness. Later that night, Melchizedek found himself drawn to the window of his quarters. He put on a video feed that layered over it with a current view of Jebus. The symphony of light and sound was eerily quiet. The threat of the Mekkah hung over the city like a shroud. Looking over at the cityscape, Melchizedek felt a wave of exhaustion wash over him. The weight of the galaxy, the fate of his people, it all seemed too much to bear. Doubt crept into his mind. Could he really do this? Could he really save everyone? As if an answer to his doubts, the room began to glow. Its light, soft yet insistent, seemed to beckon him. Melchizedek closed his eyes. He let the room's energy flow through him, and then it happened. A vision filled his mind.